Yeah.
He's just a little boo-boo.
Baby noises. Should we just do a
Hello.
Hello.
Good
Hello.
day. This is the.
I don't know who this kid is. We found him on the
Say
street.
hello.
What?
We
What?
found him on the street.
Found who on the street? I've been here the whole time.
The streets of the internet.
See, Sukanor is actually Herobrine.
No, that's not true. This is a shit start. Let's start again. I'm not
It's
content
alright.
with
We'll
this.
just keep talking.
Matt,
Luke will
right,
edit
Matt, I'm gonna give you a top tip for this podcast.
Don't
Don't
talk.
speak when spoken to. Fuck it, let's go with it. Right, carry on.
Oh,
Hello.
Jesus
That'll
Christ.
do. I'm not gonna edit this.
That-
Come on.
Episode
We're
1.
still staying in.
I'd rather literally have a cactus shoved up my arsehole than have that as the intro to the first ever Noobz Do podcast.
Well, at
Oh
least
my
everyone knows what
God.
it is now that you've said that.
Does anyone
Yeah.
have fireworks?
Hello,
We
we're
could do
doing a Noobz Do podcast because, you know, we're shit
Everyone
everything
be
else,
quiet.
so why not be shit this too?
Everyone be quiet. Hello, and welcome to the first ever Noobz Do podcast. I'm Max, I'm the third noob. And I'm here with my colleagues, Luke and Matthew. I'd like, guys, are you there? Can you hear me?
No, I'm not here, I'm dead. I'm dead. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll go with that one for the intro. We've just done about 18 failed intros.
I'm just gonna keep all of this in.
Don't.
Add all of them.
Right, okay.
No.
How many
What are we
intros do
talking
we
about
need?
today?
What are we talking about today?
We never
How
really
badly we
discussed
fucked
it,
up
right?
the intro.
Oh, shut up, Matt. Right, rule number 1. Don't speak over someone else.
Okay, I can handle that. Now everyone's
Sorry,
afraid
Matt.
to talk.
You have permission to talk again.
Fuck you. I don't know what to say.
I love you too.
Got nothing to
Okay,
Okay,
contribute
what are we
to
talking
this
about
anymore.
today?
Right,
Okay,
so
you can leave. Actually, you can't. You're recording it.
yeah, Matt,
Just stay here and be quiet.
Matt, you're the
Damn
most
it.
important one, but you can't say anything.
Thank you.
been,
Matt. Nice to know I'm important.
Yeah.
Matt is the silent partner of Noobz 2,
Yeah.
literally.
So did you guys know that it's been 19 years since that Colombian goalkeeper Rene Higuita did that scorpion kick at Wembley? Jesus Christ. That's almost as old as I am.
He's as old as I am. Holy shit.
It's your birthday yet? I had no idea.
It's my birthday. Yeah. Oh,
Christ,
God. Wait, right, so who did this scorpion kick? I know nothing about football. I know what a scorpion
Likewise.
kick is.
Yeah, some Colombian goalkeeper did the scorpion kick. I'm sure whoever's editing this will find the vine and then put it over the top so everyone can see it.
Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah. And it's like the ball's coming in, and he could just catch it. It's like chest height. You could just put his hands on the ball and save it like a human being. But instead, he decides to like do like a belly flop and kick it like in a just
Wait,
probably
he
the
was the
most
goalkeeper?
ridiculous thing. Yeah, the goalkeeper.
the hell?
Holy shit. I thought it was
He's
a
got
striker.
style.
Yeah. Hang on. I'll just put the vine in the chat.
Okay.
So you
For
can see
Luke's
it.
reference.
I'll put a picture up. I'm not going to put the vine up because there's probably copyright issues
Yeah.
with that.
Copyright issues with vines.
Is
It's
that-
someone
I
else's
don't think
vine,
so.
isn't it?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's like the whole content ID thing with Twitch. They started using the same content ID system as YouTube have, haven't they?
Yes.
Which is the one that everyone hates and no one likes.
We got called out for our first Saints Row video, didn't we, Matt?
Second one, yeah.
Did you get a strike
Some
for it?
analysis. What?
Did you get a strike for it?
No. It was a warning,
No.
or something like that. So yeah, apparently I didn't even realise the music was playing. So I'm just gonna.
So it's your fault. I
Sound
told
off.
you to turn the music off.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the radio. It was in the menu. It was in a menu thing.
Oh, it was the menu music.
Apparently.
Fucking A.
Or no, it was
Fucking
like,
A.
you know, when you're selecting weapons or something. It came up on there, and I was like, oh, what? Okay, fine. I'll just
Oh, was we in
remove
like
it.
a friendly fire or something?
What? No, it's like, you know, once at the end of a level,
Oh,
it came up with
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, how long was that music on the video for?
Not that long. It was,
How long
it
is not that long?
I don't know. I just clicked remove on the thing that Google was telling me to do. So I was like, yep,
So
and as
yet
far as I'm
again,
aware, it was fixed.
someone has been doing stuff because of Google. Google told you to do something and you did it.
And
You're
you did
Google's
it.
bitch.
Yeah.
I am a
You're
bitch.
Google's bitch.
He really is, though.
I am Google's bitch.
If there is one person that I would say was Google's bitch, it's Matt, isn't it?
Yeah. Matt, you
Like,
use Hangouts, don't you?
Yeah.
Not all the time. I like Skype too.
Matt sees a funny picture on the internet and he's like, I'm
To
gonna share
send
that
it
on
via
Google
Hangout.
Plus.
Yeah.
Gonna share that on
You
Google
sent me
Plus.
something. Wait a minute. You sent me something by Hangouts the other, like this morning.
We always use
Didn't
Hangouts. Well, we tend to. You send it via Skype all the time. I'm like Hangouts, just because it's on it's my app, isn't it? It's like my SMS app as well.
I send it to I send you shit on Facebook, Skype, and Hangouts all at different times. So
You just
you sent me
juggle everything.
Unicornius on
I did.
Friday.
I
Just
did.
whatever you happen to be on at the time.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Whatever I feel you haven't used in a while, I'm like, yeah, Luke hasn't used this for a while. Let's see if I can bring him back here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, it's like I don't like. There's so many better alternatives than like having a Google Plus Hangout.
Yeah.
Like-
well, the videos tends to be a bit weird and the sound cuts out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you can, just use Skype or Facebook.
Whoa, the recording just went crazy.
What
What
have you
happened?
done?
Nothing. Well, no, they're not recording the voice stream. It just cut out.
Cut
So
that.
Is it still
I
working?
I heard face, and then that was it from Max. So
Okay.
whatever you said
Well,
after that, I hope it wasn't
yeah.
gold.
You can use Facebook or Skype or Tiny Chat or TeamSpeak. Shout out to the TeamSpeak video on this channel.
Woo!
Ahead of Google Plus.
I made that.
Yeah, it was very good work, to be fair. I mean, that was 100%. I mean, I watched it today, and I can confirm it was definitely Luke.
10 out
Oh
of
my
10
God.
would watch again.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would install TeamSpeak for the 9th time because I fucked up the first 8 times.
It's not that hard.
I mean, I got it right
Max is
first
just a
time
noob.
thanks to
Ran
your
you through
incredible
it.
video.
There is literally an internet video that we made describing how to log into this.
Yeah,
And the link is in the description,
couldn't-
of course.
and I couldn't do it. I
Well,
read
there
it
you
and I was
go.
like, what?
I guess you got to make that video again, Matt.
I know. I'll do it all again just for people like Max.
Yeah,
for
idiots.
people like
Hush,
Max.
hush.
Bearing in mind,
just
Max is doing
twats like
physics
me.
as a degree.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't.
What are
I
you
guess
saying?
it's not. I
I'm
it's a
saying that
different thing.
our recording is too layman's termy for you. You needed more
Oh.
complicated words in there for you to understand.
yeah,
Or
I
should I
think I
say
need at least
interpret?
one. I think I need at least one complex number, and
Okay,
quite
so-
possibly some matrix algebra in there, and maybe
Yeah.
a Jacobian or just 2 Jacobians.
So we'll do a TeamSpeak video for physicists.
Yes.
Oh, such
And when
a
we say we
terrible idea.
mean you, Matt. Because
I
fuck
Matt,
that
to be
shit.
honest, I think Max should do it.
I've already
Well,
said
you need to do a
study
team. You need
Matt.
to do record a video about how to record.
It's on
You
my.
have to
I've
record yourself
I've
making-
actually got. Yeah. I know.
One
It's on my
step
to-do
ahead.
list. Every time I come home, it like my phone just tells me that I need to do it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I will eventually.
Fair enough.
Max, I can hear you typing very furiously.
I am typing quite furiously, actually. I just sent. I'll be honest. I just sent a Skype message to someone I'm chatting to, and I said we were making a podcast, and I just said that if I pissed myself right now, no one would know. Because I said that our intro was horribly out of control, and she said as long as it's not out, as long as your bladder's still in control. I mean, it
Tell
makes
you
you
what-
think, doesn't it? Anyone listening
Well,
to this
earlier
podcast
during
now,
the
I could be
intro, I did
pissing
say I
myself right
think
now.
I'm gonna pee myself.
Yeah, it's becoming a very quickly recurring theme, isn't it?
We're like
Welcome.
90-year-old women.
Hello, I'm Max,
Ben.
and welcome to the first ever piss podcast. I'm here with
There
my
you go,
colleagues
that's
from.
the
Broadcasted from the toilet.
We're here. We're
We're all
here
sitting
at,
on toilets.
we're here at Piss HQ in Leicester Square in London, and I can tell you there is piss everywhere. Jesus
Stinks
Christ!
piss.
Someone get a mop.
We're drowning. We need to come again.
Oh God, it's like okay, you know those people in Victorian times who had to like,
I know them very well.
yeah, go into like the
They're all friends on
shitty,
Facebook.
the literally god awful shitty Victorian sewers and like clean up the shit blockages and stuff. Is there a worse job that you can think of than that?
Or doing it nowadays because there are condoms all over the place.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but I think people probably these days have cleaner shit than in Victorian times.
That's also true.
Just,
Maybe.
no, because in Victorian times everyone had cholera and typhus.
Yeah, but nowadays
These
people
days-
eat what they want.
Yeah, because they don't have cholera and typhus. It's not a
True.
problem in the 21st century.
Well,
Wait a minute. Are there symptoms of cholera and typhus heavy, like, disgusting shits? Is that a symptom?
No, because surely, because you'd be shitting so much that your arsehole would like fall out, wouldn't it? You'd just be like, it'd be like by the
How
time
did
you
the
die,
hole fall
yeah,
out?
by the time that you got like to like the day of your death, whatever came out your butt would be like 2% shit and 98% blood.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
You die
exactly.
of blood loss
That's
in the end.
what I'm saying. It's disgusting. So you don't want to work in like a Victorian sewer in fucking 1832 specifically.
How did we get onto this?
So from that piss.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Max himself.
Okay. Just so I remember.
Yeah, just so we're on track with what we've been talking about, piss and shit.
Talking
We got
about
those
life's
out of the way in
problems.
the first 10 minutes
Victorian-
of the first podcast. That's it now. Not a single mention of piss or shit for the next
Talking
4,000
about
podcasts.
shit, Barack Obama visited Stonehenge today.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't he photobomb someone's photo? Because I went down to Bristol recently, right? Stonehenge, you can't see it from the road because the National Trust or someone just planted a load of fucking trees between the road and Stonehenge. So if you want to stop, you have to like park up, pay for parking, and go and look at Stonehenge. It's just a bunch of fucking rocks. I don't get it. It's just some rocks that someone moved. Yeah, well done. So
Oh.
Yeah,
By that
I've had this
logic,
in my
then
system for a
why are there
while.
listed buildings? It's just a building that someone built.
yeah, but I mean those are impressive. Those usually are like windows and shit inside
Well,
them.
yeah, but if you think about it, how old is Stonehenge, right? Our listed buildings are
Not
going to
that
look
old.
like that eventually.
Not that old. Hang on, I'll look it up. Right,
Our
I
listed
think it's
buildings
like
are going to look like that eventually.
Stonehenge. Alright, let's have a look at this.
I'm
It's
trying to
located
find it.
Are you on
2 miles
Wikipedia,
west of
Max?
Amesbury. Archaeologists believe it was built anywhere between 3000 to 2000 BC. Yeah,
So that's what,
I mean-
5,000 years ago-ish.
5,000 years ago, right? How old are the Great Pyramids in Egypt? Because
I
I'm
don't
willing
know.
to bet they're at the same age. When were they constructed, Wikipedia? Please tell me.
That'd be, helpful.
It would be quite helpful.
If
Is
any
Stonehenge-
listeners own a time machine and can confirm these facts, would be grateful.
If you can go back in time to Stonehenge and be like, when was this built? And how are you building this?
That's a great photo, Matt.
What is it? I can't
Thank
even
you.
look.
It's Barack Obama.
Is it
It'll be on
that's
the video.
Stonehenge?
Watch
Oh,
the
okay,
video.
nice. If you watch the video now, Alt tab if you want to see a picture of Barack Obama.
I'm going to put all of this shit on my desktop so I know what should be going on here.
Put in the Dropbox.
Professionalism.
Right, the Great Pyramids were
I
built.
don't have a Dropbox.
The Great Pyramids of
Share the
Giza were built in an oddly specific time frame of 85 years between 2589 and 2504 BC. So while we were over here making Stonehenge, the Egyptians were building pyramids and like the Sphinx in Giza. Like,
Yeah, but have you seen the builders around here?
Wow.
yeah,
I mean,
some pretty
They
shitty
had
builders.
slave labour. We had
In
like,
Egypt,
some
we had
builders.
druids.
Exactly.
Some local
The health
builders, you
and
just wanted to
safety
tell
was
the time.
It was meant to be amazing, but health and safety just overruled it.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you think
surprised there's not yellow
Stonehenge is?
tapes on the corner of Stonehenge for you to mind your head.
Do you think Stonehenge is just full of asbestos? That's the reason it was constructed. It's just a horrible asbestos time bomb.
No, we all know why Stonehenge was constructed. We've all seen that
Yeah.
Doctor Who episode.
Well, tell
Remind me.
me
don't
why.
know
Refresh my
where.
memory.
Okay, the Doctor, formerly known as Matt Smith,
Yeah.
was put inside a tesseract.
No,
was it a
it was
Tesseract?
Pandora's box. Pandora's
Oh,
box.
some
See, you
invincible
don't need
box
you don't need to be
thing. I remember.
refreshed, do you?
Yeah,
remember now.
sorry.
You fucking
No,
liar.
you just had to jog my. There's no need for that kind of language on the fucking podcast, Luke.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, that is.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Think
Yeah.
of the children.
There's a.
Well, you talked about piss, shit, and swearing, but viewer discretion is now advised.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we going to talk about? Urine and feces? No, because we're not nerds. We use swear words because we're cool. Any kids listening out there, swear words make you the coolest kid on the playground, right?
Yeah. If
Can
you're
you
starting
remember?
Year
Okay.
7,
No.
if you just
I
started Year
remember.
7, music teachers love it when you press DJ on the keyboard.
Yeah, and I love it even more when you press the
Amazing.
DJ button and yell shit at the same time.
Yeah.
That makes you cool.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, but if they press DJ and say shit at the same time, aren't they then David Guetta? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Jesus, shots fired at David Guetta. No,
Yeah,
okay.
David Guetta, what are you going to do?
Right, the first.
Our only
Look,
listener is
the
David
first
Guetta.
few days. No. Shut the hell up.
just
Okay.
lost him,
The
that's for
first
sure.
few days of Year 7, right? What were they like for you?
The first few days.
Yeah, what can you remember of like the first couple of weeks? Of...
I remember getting
Year
my photo taken outside Robert Clack, which was the school we went to.
Yeah. Represent.
Represent, yeah. I remember
Brilliant
getting
school.
my photo taken outside with all the people from my primary school,
Oh,
and
yeah?
I remember getting an hour detention. That's all I remember from Year 7.
The whole time I was in school, I had one 15-minute detention. And I was like, oh.
I got an hour
with me.
detention in my first week.
I've got a question, guys. Is crap a swear word?
It depends who you ask, I suppose.
Is it
It's
to
like-
you?
No.
No, not exactly.
There we go. I got a 50-minute detention for saying it.
Matt's been holding on to that one for like 6 years now.
Hard time.
One day he was just sitting there after he said it in the detention, like, man, one day I'm going to bring this up on a podcast.
He said it out loud, and someone was like,
Gotta change the
what's
world.
a podcast?
No, I do remember something else from Year 7.
Yeah.
I remember being tricked into going to debate club and Max being there.
Yeah. And I remember being tricked into going to debate club for 5 years.
I went once.
Yeah, you were there, actually. I think I remember that. Because you were like such a little twat of a kid,
Yeah,
to be fair.
no change there then.
And I was like a fucking top of the range
I
boffin.
didn't think he was in my year. That's how.
shit,
That's
Really?
like. Yeah.
What year do you think I was in?
I don't know, like Year 9.
Why?
I don't know, because you didn't seem shy like the rest of the Year 7s in there.
Really? Yeah, I'm not. I've never been shy, I suppose. It's just not. It's like, what's the point? To be fair, I just like, I'd rather make myself look like an absolute twat in front of 300 people than make myself look like a shy twat in front of 0 people.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for confirming that. I remember. It's funny, isn't it? In Year 7, you always have like the merit system where you do something good, and you get like a
sticky.
stamp, and it says, "Yeah, well done, you did it." And
Did
it's
good.
like, yeah, like that works like the first year, and then 1 month of the second year in secondary school, and that's it afterwards, isn't it? There's nothing. Like no one ever gives a shit ever again.
Yeah.
It's true. All the way up to sixth form, when even the teachers don't give a shit if like they turn up for their lessons.
Yeah. And there's always that. Like, do you remember? There's always like a form tutor who'd be like, "Here, you got a merit. Here's a merit for getting a merit." And at the end of the year, if you got enough merits, you get to go on like a fucking trip to Thorpe Park or something amazing like that.
In my first year of school, I got 3 merits.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was,
in
I
like
was
that
terrible
middle
That's
getting
ground.
one
merit.
per term.
I was
That's
in
I
that
was a
middle
very-
ground where like the less intellectual kids would
Yeah.
get it for getting simple questions, and the smart kids would get it for getting smart questions. And I was in that middle ground, and no one gave a shit about us.
Likewise.
I remember in
Yeah,
year 7,
very
I remember
average.
punching Matt straight in the face in year 7.
You bastard. So do I. That was amazing.
To this day, the only person I've ever punched in the face is Matt. Because we went on a school trip to the Isle of Wight, and we were staying in like I don't know, it's like an
Kind of
adventure
strange
thing,
bunk
kind
bed
of.
thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a dorm, I suppose. It was like a dormitory, and we were standing there, and we had to leave at like what 9 o'clock. We had to be ready by 9 or 8 to leave. And Matt was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a smart idiot. I'm gonna wake everyone up by shining a flashlight in their face at like 7:15 in the morning." And even in year 7, I was such a grumpy little shit, and I was like, and I didn't mean to punch him in the face. I just sort of flailed out, and I was on the top bunk. He was hanging off the bunk, and I smacked him directly in the face. And to be fair,
I remember
Didn't forget
Matt
it.
Evan, with
Pardon?
his short, spiky hair.
Yeah.
no,
He used to
okay,
come
year
in with
7.
packed lunch on a like, and just sit on
Oh, it's
by the
packed
table
No,
and
no,
eat your
Matt's
sandwiches.
spiky
There
hair.
were lots of like buttered bread, weren't they?
Wait,
Oh.
what year was this? No, I changed soon.
They were good times.
Eventually.
I remember
No,
that though.
in year
I was a
7,
very fussy eater.
PE in year 7,
Still
Matt's
am.
short spiky hair literally did me a damage. We played rugby and he tackled me, and I was wearing shorts. And like afterwards, I was looking at my knee, and I was like, what's this? I had like loads of little tiny marks on my knee. I was like, what's this? What is this? And I looked around and I saw Matt get changed. I looked at his hair and I was like, what? And Matt's
That's
hair was
nothing.
so gelled. It was gelled stiff that it like fucking punctured little holes in my knee just from like the spikes on his hair.
That's
Jesus Christ.
nothing. In
Wow.
year 7, I must have been about what 8 stone. No, that's pretty heavy actually. I don't know how big I
Is it?
was.
8 stone
And-
isn't that heavy.
No,
During-
it's
For year
not
7
heavy.
though.
8 stone
actually.
isn't that heavy now. When we was in
For a
year
year
7,
7 kid.
No,
I don't know
it's
how big I was. I was a pretty skinny kid, right?
Yeah.
And I remember a guy. I'm not going to name names because we're on a podcast. But during a ruck, he fell on me, and you guys know who I'm talking about. And that hurt.
Does it begin with A?
It begins with a P.
Oh. Wow, Max, you
Oh.
bastard!
Oh, I got it.
But yeah, it was. And oh my god, that hurt so much.
No, I remember. Okay, so there's this guy in our year. He was like 6 foot. He must have been, even in year 7, he must have been like 6 foot. And one of my best friends was, he must have been like 4'6" or something in year 7. And I remember watching them play rugby, and my tiny friend tried to tackle this huge guy. And he just, right, here's how it went down. Here's how it went down. He clung onto his ankles and just got like dragged along the ground for like 20 yards, and then the big guy just fell over. And I was stood there, I was like, what just happened? What have I just seen?
I remember that.
Oh, that was
That
unbelievable.
was pretty. That was like at the beginning of year 7, wasn't it? Or
It
close
was.
to.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last PE lesson we had in year 11? Right.
I do.
We
That
played
was great.
softball, right? And my
Oh, wait.
last run involved me, right, batting, right? So someone threw the ball at me. I batted the ball into my own face and still managed to get a home run.
Amazing.
No, in my last ever
Disorientated
PE
as
lesson.
well.
No,
Oh,
in my last
shit.
ever PE lesson in year 11, we played indoor cricket, and I hit a half century in like a 50-minute lesson. And I was doing like fucking fine leg sweeps, and I was doing like dot balls, and I was like hitting them for 4, and I was like, I was doing really well. And then at the end, I was like, why didn't I just do that for the past 5 years?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, it turns out I was actually decent at something this whole time. I've just been dicking around. But seriously though, when you're in secondary school, you should enjoy PE when it lasts, because afterwards, that's it. You don't get any
Yeah.
exercise
You
ever
just
again.
get fat.
You just get
Yeah.
fat,
I've put on
yeah.
2 stone since I started uni.
Yeah, I must put like I've always been like pretty chunky, but I'm like 14 stone now.
Yeah, so am I.
I
Like
do
a
less
huge
exercise
person.
now than I've ever done in my life. Like,
Yeah, no
I-
shit.
the most exercise I do is walking to the train station.
No, yesterday
The train station's
I,
like 5 minutes away from where you live, Matt.
Exactly.
no,
That's
yesterday
basically my exercise.
I walked
Sorry.
8 miles. I walked 8 miles, and this morning I woke up and I was like, "This is the end for me." I was like, my legs were like stone. I was like smacking my legs. I was like, "Why won't you work?" Oh my god.
I
so
remember
bad.
in year 7, I passed out during PE and got sent to hospital.
I remember that. I remember that.
I had no
You
idea.
didn't eat. They thought you just, you was like malnutritioned or something.
Yeah,
You
diabetic.
just didn't
it was
eat.
just low blood sugar because I hadn't eaten any food that day.
I
But
think
I
that was
went to
year
the
8 though, wasn't
Or
it?
it might have been year 8. It was early.
Was it
I
year
went
8
to
or year 9
I
when
rem-
I went to
Adam,
hospital. No.
I mean,
Oh
unnamed
god,
guy passed out during our school photo.
that was year 7.
No,
Oh.
okay, when we had our school
Did they do
photo,
that again in like year 11?
maybe there were like
No,
300 people in our year. Okay, so they got this huge sort of stand. It was like the kind that you see in like near like American baseball grounds, like there was like the metal steps.
Only this was
And,
really shaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was not. I mean, even back then, he was quite lanky. I'd say
Yeah.
so. He was quite high up, like towards the back. He was the tallest at the back, and like while I was like filling the thing out, he passed out and he just fell forwards, and it was just like. I think he died. Didn't he die?
I still
Social
remember the
status
noise.
did.
Yeah, his social
Ouch.
status did die. It's just like in year 7, you like fuck up once for 10 seconds. That's it.
And
Yeah.
that's it. Game over.
For the rest of your entire life.
Rest of your school career.
GG.
Game over.
People, I remember during our year 12 photo, people were still having a go at him for that. Like 5 years down the line.
Jesus Christ.
You know what bugs me? The fact
What?
that we didn't get an end of year school photo at the end of sixth form, or was it year 12?
I don't care. I hate all of you. So.
Oh, well,
Yeah, the only photos
Screw
I
you.
enjoy are the ones of myself. I can do that right now.
Yeah, Luke's room is just plastered with pictures of his own face.
Do you know what? During secondary school, I had a BlackBerry. It must have been from about year 11,
Yeah,
year 10.
everyone. Okay, in secondary school,
about-
everyone
from
had a
year
BlackBerry.
10 to about
was late
year
for it.
13, I had a picture of my own face on my BlackBerry as my wallpaper.
Apparently that's actually good for you though.
Because you know whose phone it is.
What?
If you,
Because
if
I'm
you-
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a self-esteem boost every time you open your phone. But no,
Yeah,
like
but it
everyone
doesn't
knows
matter
whose
how
phone
down
it
I feel. I've just got to look at that and be like, well, at least I'm that guy.
is. No, seriously, everyone in secondary school had a BlackBerry and they had a Motorola Razr or something similar, like a flip phone.
God,
That was
I had
the
one of
shit.
them Samsung slide-up phones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, middle class
I miss those
motherfuckers.
phones.
I had all
I
of them
miss
but the
those
BlackBerry.
phones.
I was late for the BlackBerry.
They're such they're like classics now. They're retro.
Do you know what? I had my BlackBerry up until November of last year, 2013.
I had mine up. Yeah, something similar as
And
well. Actually.
my phone exploded. In fact, I still in my. I've got it right here, right here. I'm not gonna get out because there's no point. But I went from having a phone with over 30 buttons on it to having a phone with an on and an off button.
Yeah. What? It doesn't even have a volume button.
Touch. Actually, yeah, it does have a volume, button, but one button. So it's got two buttons on the
Fuck up.
whole phone.
Hmm.
Could you
Right.
imagine in year 7, someone said when you leave school, there are going to be phones without buttons.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, isn't it? Because it's like Moore's law, isn't it? Like every
I love
18
Moore's Law.
months,
Every 18 months.
technology either doubles in power or half
Yeah.
in size,
In
which is ridiculous.
Slowing down, though.
when we're 50 in 2045, computer processing powers gonna be faster than our brain by that standard.
Yeah, but at that point, you actually do reach like a whole thing. Like our computer's going to become when computers become more intelligent than we are. What does that mean? So like, is that the end of humanity? Is that it? Is that GG?
No, we're gonna be brains in a jar for them to study. It's like
Yeah, like-
Futurama.
Have you seen the film
Yeah.
Lucy? Or Limitless?
No.
Okay, what about
Yes.
Limitless?
I like
Yeah.
Limitless.
So just be like that. Just we need to unlock more parts of our brain.
Yeah.
So, but like, if
Anyone got
computers
an Allen
if computers become smarter than
Not Luke.
humans, then they'll look at us and be like, "Oh, we'll make you smarter," and then they'll control us.
For a while
Yes.
until they make us cleverer again and make them do all our work. It's just a coexistence thing, right?
And then it'll be a human-robot war. of
And then the
centuries.
Matrix happens.
Mm.
Did you say there'll be human robot wars like Skynet? It'll be
Yeah,
it'll be
it'll be
hosted by Craig Giles.
No, it'll be called Human Wars, and it would just be like some robots are put
It would be
together. Like
hosted by a robot Craig Childs.
it would be like. It'd be like, close your windows and lock your doors. Come on down. It's Human Wars.
And it'd be like Takeshi's Castle with robots.
No,
It's like
no,
my
but
old
it'll be
dad
like-
used to
it'll be
say.
like- it'll be like two shitty humans that have been built by robots, and then in the corners
Shitty
they'll have the
humans.
house humans that'll be built by like professionals, and it'll be like future Dwayne the Rock Johnson in the corner versus like Matt in the ring. Matt versus Luke, and then
It's
in the
all being
corners they'll
put
have
into
like
perspective.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Barack Obama, Vladimir Putin, and
And the Hulk combined.
yeah. And in season 8 they'll bring in the ref human and everyone will fucking hate him.
Yeah. And there'll be some random pit for no apparent reason. And some random catapult.
Yeah, the
Giant
flipper would be
flame.
hilarious in Human Wars. But the circular
Wars.
saws would be disastrous. They'd be catastrophic.
Human Wars, I'm going to write that down. You know what? That sounds like a good game idea. That's my coursework done for next year.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Like Luke's, what you said in this like game design. right?
Computing with games development. So it's computer
Right.
science.
And you were
But
saying,
instead of doing the maths, I do games because I have
yeah,
to learn
and
the maths
you
anyway.
were saying last year you built a game. You made a game, and you were crap at it. You were crap at your own game.
Yeah. It's because
That's,
I get so used to playing it over and over again to make sure it works. You'd think you'd get better at it, but at the same time, you notice more and more bugs. And
Yeah.
the more you notice the bugs, the more you accidentally fall into that bug. So suddenly,
yeah.
I'm constantly flipping my 2D tank over.
Yeah,
because-
you built a game called Tank Simulator, and it was a 2D platform.
It was a 2D platformer with a tank, and when it jumped, there was an animation of a spring underneath it.
That's not realistic at all. You
It
lose
was supposed to
marks.
be a 2D platform with a guy with a gun, but I couldn't be bothered to animate him running, and I'd run out of time, so I just drew a tank, and then all I had to do was animate the wheels.
That's pretty fucking funny.
I
do you-
got a first for that coursework,
That's
so
very
I'm not
impressive.
complaining.
Do you think the Tetris guy, the guy who made Tetris, do you think he's utterly shit? Do you think he always like fucks up? He always gets like the
Right,
long blue
I am
one
playing
too late.
Tetris. How good are you guys at Tetris? Because
Not that
that's
good.
the only game I am good at.
Goddamn awful. Well,
Mm.
actually, I don't play it enough to know, but I'm goddamn
So
awful.
the last game I played, because I have it on my phone, and I was playing it today at work, and I got 1,700,000 score.
That's quite a lot, to be fair.
It's literally a 58-minute game.
That is wow, Jesus Christ. What
It's
is
the
the
only
game?
game I'm good at.
What's the game you've been, other than like? So Luke says Tetris, and that. What's the game that you would say you've been the best at in your whole entire life?
Dota.
Jesus Christ. I'd never played a minute of Dota.
No.
You shouldn't. Don't. You'll
I
lose
don't
your
know.
life.
I can tell you the game I've played the most on Steam at the moment, but I'm not good at it.
What is
I
it?
think. Go on.
Sorry? A Kerbal
What is
Space
it?
Program.
How
I
many
can't
hours have you got in
fly it. Over 100.
That's not too bad, to be fair.
But I
I
can't
blame
get past
you, Max,
Moons.
For
video
what,
games.
to be
For
fair?
my addiction to Minecraft. I must have played easily over 1,000 hours
Yeah,
of Minecraft.
same. Like, I mean,
And
I
I've
must have
only had it
discovered
for
it.
2 years.
I discovered it when it came out in alpha, and I showed my friends, and I thought, oh, this is a cool thing that no one was going to find out about. It'll be like a cult classic. It's like you go into W.H. Smith's, and you see like the Minecraft handbook, and you're like, what? And you leave W.H. Smith's, and there's a kid like fucking
Holding
wearing
a
some kind
creeper.
of like,
Holding a
Minecraft,
creeper.
yeah, Minecraft shirt, and you're like, what?
What just happened?
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
remember playing Minecraft. Well, I bought Minecraft and I never actually played it. I played the first time I played Minecraft actually was with you at your house on Xbox, because I used to play modded Minecraft, and then Matt found out about modded Minecraft,
Holy
and a
shit.
couple of years ago we spent an Easter, me, Matt, and Max playing on a Tekkit server,
Yeah, that was
and we
that was
spent
amazing.
literally a whole week of Easter
weeks.
holidays just playing that.
2
2 weeks.
I think,
Two.
yeah. 'cause
And then
my
at the
friend,
end-
I had my friend Reese playing with us as well.
Yeah.
I think that
At
must
the
have been
end, go on.
that must have been like the best Minecraft world I've ever been a part of. I think.
Yeah.
It was
At
pretty
the
good.
end, I built a helicopter out of uranium blocks,
Yeah.
and one of our friends jumped out of it and died, and
But it created a bug.
destroyed the server completely
Yeah.
destroyed the
It just
server.
bugged out so much that like his profile data crashed everyone else's profile data, and there was just duplicate items everywhere, and it was just terrible. It was like, what the hell just happened? And
Bearing
at
in
the
mind we're
time,
like 16 at the time, so we
Yeah.
don't have a clue what's going on as well.
yeah,
Mm.
even I didn't. I
I remember
really should
that.
have
I
backed it
remember.
up
I
We,
remember
we still play Minecraft like often, me and
religiously.
Matt.
I
Like,
haven't played
we
it
go
have
in
through
a
3
cycles
years
of it.
probably.
we're playing
that?
on Yogcraft at the moment.
Well,
We have a
what?
×5 ore processing facility.
I've got like. I
Luke's
mean, I
laptop
haven't
can't
played
handle it.
Minecraft for a year. I don't think I can go back to like modded Minecraft because they're so complex now. I don't think I can handle
They're
it.
not
I'm
that
too
I'm,
bad.
old.
I'm so used to modded Minecraft now that when I play vanilla, I just miss stuff.
See, I've only ever really properly played modded
Yeah,
Minecraft.
I remember you saying that to me that you never really played vanilla Minecraft.
No,
This
I
is the
find it boring.
the season that we're doing on YouTube is the
Noobz
first
do?
time Matt's played it. Noobs do, yeah. We're getting all the achievements in
YouTube.com.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
This is the first time Matt's played vanilla
vanilla.
Minecraft properly.
Yeah,
Properly.
I mean, I'll be on that show probably at some point, just like giving a hand because I've
Yeah.
played a lot of vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, so have
You
I.
actually probably know more than I do. I get confused. Like,
I
what?
know. I literally
Wait,
know
you
all
don't
of
get
the
a map
mechanics.
with the
No.
GUI?
No, you make
I
a
know, I know,
a
but it's
compass
just
and
like
you
what?
surround that in paper.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Like I started playing Minecraft in alpha, and the amount of stuff that they have in there now, and it's still being updated like every week, right?
Yeah, 1.8 came out last week.
Yeah,
Which is why
it's
we
ridiculous the
started.
amount of stuff they're still adding to it. I remember when they added beds to Minecraft, and I was like, because before you just had to like build a huge fucking tower outside your house so you could see where you were when you went back to spawn when you died,
Yeah.
and for them to like bring in, you know, like beds so you could
Well,
sit
you
at spawn
think
point
now
was
there's like
revelatory.
so many different types of wood, and
Hmm.
this update that just come out has added more types of door to the game, and
Yeah.
that's not, a very interesting
Yeah.
thing. But
It's
when
a-
you've been
it's
playing
a
it for
lot of-
so long,
It's a lot of like
suddenly
little
there's
details
8 new
over
types
time.
of door. It's amazing.
There's so many little details over time, but a lot of the stuff they put in now is like support for the community. It's like
Yeah.
the whole command blocks thing, and you see things that people make with the command blocks, and it's unbelievable. Like
Randomly
that's
generated dungeons.
like just
Literally
from
randomly
like
generated.
you can make a game within the game with command blocks, which is insane. You can do things that you'd like never have dreamed of.
Someone made a PC, didn't they, in Minecraft
Yeah,
that
like
could count to 10.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it took humanity like what 20,000 years to get to that, and then someone's gone in like 3 years of Minecraft. Like
Yeah.
places like they were just like, oh, I can build a computer with this. It's
And I
crazy.
bet you
really.
they were like a teen or a kid.
Yeah, it was like a 13-year-old kid, wasn't it? He was like,
It's
all right,
insane.
it's scary. There's kids like 16-year-olds, and they're like
What was you
6
doing when
years
you were
younger than me or
13?
whatever. Fucking-
Masturbating.
Yeah, jacking off all the time.
Not
No,
gonna lie.
when I was 13, I don't even know what I was doing. To be fair,
I don't even
'Cause,
remember
like,
what.
What year would it have
Things
been in
exactly.
year 13?
year 9. Year 9. That would have been
Year 9. Year
Okay.
9, I would have only just got my PlayStation 3. So I would have been on Little Big Planet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Little
but
Big
like
Planet's
before
amazing.
that, say 2006, year 6. What were you doing in year 6?
Lego. A
And you
lot of
just-
my
yeah,
life
Fucking Lego.
is
Drawing with
dedicated
crayons.
to Lego. I have like the size of a there's a chest at my parents' house that's about the size of a single bed, and in that chest is literally filled to the brim with Lego. So
Yeah,
got rid of
I was
our
playing
Lego.
Minecraft before it was out. That's how hipster I am.
But
Oh,
like,
I
the
I
amount.
love Lego. So expensive nowadays.
I love Lego. Yeah, and now it's got like motorized parts and shit. What is that?
Oh, I saw
Lego's gone
something
too
the other
far.
day. Yeah, it's like
Stop
people
Lego
building
2014.
robots, literal robots out of Lego.
I think what we should do as a team is we should build a robot football team. You know the ones? Because that looks pretty
Out of
fun.
Lego.
Yeah,
What? Oh,
I made
You can
I made
make
the
it.
Ghostbusters base out of Lego.
that's really cool to be fair. I could never do anything like that. I'm
And
not
now there
creative
is
at all.
actually Ghostbusters Lego out.
Yeah, I know.
For the
what's the
mere
difference?
price of $44.99, you can
Jesus
buy a
Christ.
branded
Block.
little car with 4 characters.
It's like Lego now.
That
I don't
says
even think it's
Ghostbusters
a
on the
thing
side.
for kids. I think it's like a collecting thing.
Yeah, I would
Like
want it
kids
and I
these
would
days
build it and then
are
I'd put it
too
on the
busy
wall.
playing Flappy Bird. They want
Flappy
to
Bird.
No,
fuck
the
around with
new
their
one.
Swing
What's the new one called?
Swingcopters.
swingcopters.
I got a high score yesterday of 2.
I've got
Nice.
4. I'm on 4.
4? Jesus Christ.
Wait, no, I'm lying. I've got 3.
No, but
Swingcopters.
it's strange though, isn't it? How you've got games like Flappy Bird and like 2048, which came out about the same time, didn't they? And they were huge. People were like addicted to those games, and people were playing like pumping hours into those games and not like playing whatever huge AAA title was out on like console at that point. They were like the new Call of Duty. It's like, oh yes, fantastic, it's realistic. They were like, no, I want to play
No,
Flappy
but
Bird.
you know what he means though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guy in like Vietnam or whatever building this one game, which is
It's like-
literally
it's got
a
30
take on something
pixels.
else.
It's got 30
Yeah.
pixels on the whole screen, and it's just like, it's like outdoing like every other game at the time.
It's insane.
Yeah,
He made
that's
so
it.
much money off that game.
Mm.
You felt
Didn't he?
guilty,
Didn't he
apparently.
delete it? He took it off the store though, because
He
said
took it off the store because I think he's from Vietnam. I might be wrong, but wherever he's from, mobsters from that country were trying to extort money out of him, and he got scared for his life. He's
Really?
like, yeah,
Oh, I heard it was because he was like he didn't want people to get too annoyed about it. I mean, I'll look it
no,
up
well,
now.
he would have made an excuse, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
he was a Vietnam-based developer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was because. So one of my friends said it was a marketing trick, and it'll be back in a couple of months. How right he was.
Yeah.
And then everyone fell in love with it again,
Hmm.
and it hadn't even gone unless you deleted it.
Yeah. I mean, it was just huge, wasn't it? It's like, it's strange, isn't it? How like obviously we're getting more and more powerful computers, and yet sometimes it's still just the simple games like Minecraft, like Angry Bird. That are the
Mario.
biggest ones.
Simple.
Mario,
Yeah.
just think of Mario, and like they're still pumping out the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Level 1, World 1 is always exactly the same, and yet people will still go buy that same thing.
Yeah. Visually, like games. I mean, even games like think about how much money they must make off FIFA each year.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
like-
understand why people do keep buying it though.
yeah, but
I-
you say that, but it's the same thing as buying an expansion for like World of Warcraft.
I
It's
don't
your
buy
thing,
them
innit?
either.
Well, no, you've never played World of Warcraft, but
yeah, I
you know
bought,
what I mean. It's like buying packs in Hearthstone
Yeah, but
to get more cards and.
Yeah.
for like 40 quid or $50 or whatever it is. It's just like, what?
Did you see though? The Sims 4 came out $100. There's like 60 quid.
You serious?
That's without expansions.
Yeah. Did you see the list of missing features?
Yes.
I've got
I heard
I've got
about
it
it,
here. Right.
Post
There's
it.
no the
Link-
biggest
we'll keep
ones. No normal careers, so you can't be like a law enforcement or a doctor or a business person. There's no pools. There's no terrain tools other than paint, so everything's flat. There's no toddlers. Babies are just like
They're just objects, aren't they?
yeah, they don't have any like you can't like interact with them.
I'd rather that, 'cause then it means I can chuck them out. I hated having a
Put 'em
baby
in the
in
trash.
Sims.
Yeah, but I mean the list is unbelievable. It's like no cars, not even as decoration. I mean, you know,
The backgrounds are not actually go-toable.
Mm.
They're just
Yeah.
scenic.
it's 60
And do you think
quid
they just
for that.
released it? They released Sims 3, Sims 2 even for free,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah,
It's
it's
15 years
incredible.
ago that came out though. No, not 15. It was something.
But it's
like
exactly the same,
quite a long time ago.
and it's got all the features in it. The only new feature that they've put in, as far as I can tell, is that people have like their own feelings
More
now.
personality.
So instead of feeling happy or sad, they can feel embarrassed or ashamed or shy because
Yeah,
of stuff
but
that's going on.
Here's the thing: something like no pools. You have a feeling, don't you, that there will be pools, and you'll have to pay £10 to get to them.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
DLC.
I'm pretty sure they did say though that they're gonna add it in. Same with babies. They're gonna
Yeah, of
fix
course they
babies and
will.
pools, but the
Yeah,
rest.
I mean, I
of the
think to be fair to EA, I heard they ran out of time.
Well,
Like they were halfway through
delay.
doing a different sort of idea, and
What,
they cancelled it, and then they had to start again. So
Yeah, but running out of time.
a company
That-
like
that's
EA
not-
shouldn't rush a game like that,
no, it shouldn't.
right? Think about it. Rockstar delayed GTA 5. Like it was supposed to come out
That's
in
been
March.
delayed
It
for
came out in
years.
November,
Yeah,
and before
But-
that, I think that was delayed. Before that as well.
Yeah.
Most probably.
because the gap between GTA 4 and GTA 5 was significant, wasn't it?
It was like beginning of
Changes, you
of the Xbox 360 generation, end of the Xbox 360 generation, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
because if you
two
look
a
at
generation.
like GTA 4, at the time that was mind blowing.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
like
yeah,
it blew my
definitely.
dick clean off. Like looking at GTA 4, you were like,
I couldn't get off of it.
what? You're like, there's so many things, and they're all rendered in at least 64 pixels. Like, this is insane.
I
Such a jump
remember.
up from PS2. Holy crap.
I remember killing a guy. This is gonna sound like I'm a fucking psychopath now,
Well, we
but I
already know
remember
that.
stabbing a guy in a dock somewhere, and I just kept stabbing his body, and like
Luke.
for ages. No, but just to see,
And then
because
I got a
all
hard
the
on.
games I'd played before, after someone dies, they fade away and disappear, and that's
Yeah.
it. And just the fact that the body stayed there for like 127 stabs before I got bored and walked away.
Counted.
Jesus
He crossed the street from where he still had physics, whereas if I stabbed him, he moved a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that at the time was unbelievable attention to detail. It's like GTA 5, unbelievable attention to detail.
Even
But-
though half the game's still missing.
Yeah,
Kind of.
but you don't notice, do you? Like, if you're driving up Mount Chili, like you don't notice like the shitty gradients or anything. Well, you do, Matt, because you're
I do.
you're
I'm a
pedantic.
perfectionist.
See, I
I-
don't.
I
Anyone else
noticed
is
the
looking
hard
up at the
edges on
mountain
the hills.
like, holy shit, this is
To be
insane.
fair, every time I see it, I'm like, these textures are awful.
Yeah, but you guys,
I
Be
do
fine on
games
PC.
development.
Matt's got an IT apprenticeship and you're a game designer.
Yeah.
I'm just like the average guy. I'm like, whoa.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the game and stuff like that. It's just little things like that. It's just like, ugh. But I'm aware that it's probably a polygon thing, Luke. Right? It's just it can't handle
polygons. Well,
Polygons
next-
are a bad thing.
The
Well, no,
the
they're good,
polygons
but-
are okay. It's just the things are bad. Oh, shit.
What was that?
I'm playing this game to try and beat 3, and I almost got to 3.
Well, you're playing
Oh
Swing
yeah, I got
copters.
3. I got
slappy
3.
copters
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
said 3, so I've just been playing it since then to try and get
Bloody
better than 3. My best
flappy
is 2.
copters.
Flappy copters.
Yeah.
I bet you there's one. There is one. It's a wang
Yeah.
flopping around.
Yes, and that is true. Fucking the physics engines we have now, the perfect dickers.
Physics engines are great because I get them
You can
for
almost
free
grasp
being a
it.
student. Unreal Engine 4, the new physics engine that just come out, went free for me yesterday. I just got free. Yeah.
That's incredible.
But yeah, now I can use Unreal Engine 4 for free because I'm a student.
That's mental.
Well,
amazing.
The coding program, because I study physics, the coding program that I use for physics is like, it's
C#
like 80 quid. No, it's MATLAB. I don't know why you use
okay.
MATLAB. It's like 80 quid to buy for students. That's like with the student discount. It's ridiculous.
It's like
So the fa-
Photoshop and stuff.
It's like, how much is Photoshop? It's like 70 quid?
2,000 million pound or something.
Whoa! No, the master collection or master edition, like all of CS6 is like 3,000 quid.
Yes, it's
Jesus.
insane. That's
Fucking-
how
that
how
is
many different PCs is
absolutely
that
everything.
for? That's for 5, isn't it?
Is it?
Like-
I don't know. I don't
Well,
remember the
I assume
ins and outs.
everything's for 5 these days, isn't it? You know, you can launch Microsoft Word on 5 if you've got a license. 5 different machines.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you think about it now, like, I've been searching for a job lately because I'm a student, obviously, and there's a lot of like social media managers jobs going around, and they all say like use Photoshop, you know, be fluent in Photoshop,
Yeah.
and like other editing tools. So it's like a vocational thing almost to now learn Photoshop.
To be fair, the job that I'm doing at the moment, I work in a printers. So people come in, they say, here's a photo, I want this bit stuck somewhere, right? And
Yeah.
I needed to know Photoshop to use it, and I could literally do what I need to do on Paint.
Yeah,
It's just so that you've got it, so you know you've got it.
it's like a useful skill to have, isn't it? To be fair,
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Just-
skill, isn't it? Something
I
you
mean-
put on your CV at the end of the day.
it's like knowing how to cut a block of wood, but you know, in 2014.
In 2005, I cut a block of wood in DT, and I cut the end of my finger off.
Nice one. Did it grow back?
Yes, it wasn't
Ah,
that
cool.
much at the end of my finger.
Were you in my product design class in school? You were, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, Mr. Mychek in year 10 and
Cowed and beef, mate. Cowed and beef.
Yeah, classic. Really.
we had
that
we had
cowed
this
beef
thing
and stuff.
going where Max supported Stenhousemuir and I supported Cowed and beef. They're both Scottish
Pretty-
football teams.
Scottish League 2 football teams. And
we,
it's
we,
pretty...
was, we was rivals. Fuck
Yeah.
mainstream sport back in the day. It was Counter Beef versus Stenhouse Mule.
That was the thing though, like
Nothing to do with what
year
we
10 and 11, it was like, who can do the most random thing? Because they're the coolest kid, right? You're like, oh, say something funny. Oh, waffles. Whoa, that's like the height of comedy in 2010. You're like, holy shit, this guy's a genius, comedic genius, right? And that was one hell of a phase, really. Like, what is the most embarrassing phase for you that you've been through in your life?
Embarrassing phase?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I've got half of my head has been shaved off. Like the side of my hair is shaved off as we speak. So,
Really?
you know, in about 5 years' time, when we come back to this topic, when we're recycling our old
Yeah.
media,
You're gonna be like, oh, I had a fucking stupid haircut and podcasting.
yeah. I don't know what that phase was.
Yeah.
I know, just my laziness. I think I was lazy. I look back at like year 10 and 11 and think about how lazy I was and how well I could have done.
Yeah.
If I had put my head down.
Fair.
Do you remember
Like,
product design? I made a blue plane, right? And you had to put. It was a flat pack plane that you had to make, and I made it out of acrylic, which is plastic.
Yeah.
For those that don't know. And,
for those who aren't in the know.
Yeah, and we had to put it together to make a poster for it, or like to put on the packaging.
Yeah.
And I literally had to use pieces of paper to wedge in the gaps because I spent so much time pissing around that year that I didn't make the dimensions right, and my plane just wouldn't stick together unless I wedged paper in the gaps to hold it together.
No, the same thing goes. Right? Product design was such bullshit, right? It was like, I remember the same project. I made a lamp out of like red acrylic, and I was like, oh, this will have slots. It'll go together because it had to be flat pack, didn't it? I was like, it has slots. It'll go together. It'll be brilliant. Didn't work out. I didn't do it right at all. But the thing was that it didn't count for shit, did it? It was all about how well you're like.
Because we were quite intelligent at school, and it was the writing that they cared about.
Stupid.
So our coursework was shit, but
like the product should have been as good as you want. But if you just threw in blah, 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 you got like nothing.
Yeah.
Even if you built the fucking
Eiffel Tower,
the pyramids of Giza, it wouldn't have mattered if your product design was, if your actual like your chat, like your whole product development process was shit. They wouldn't have cared if you'd built literally a moon base. Yeah, Matt with the input.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to
go on, Matt. What was your most embarrassing phase?
In school. Yeah.
Wait, what? God.
Because we were talking about how in like year 10 and 11, it was all about random.
Do siren noises.
What?
Oh, what? Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the most embarrassing phase of your life was people thinking you could do siren.
Give us a whirl.
I can't anymore. My voice broke.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't anymore.
What was your most embarrassing phase?
Pardon?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? I was a fucking shithead nerd for like the first 16 years of my life.
Do you know what? Like, right, I would say that year 12 and 13 were my least embarrassing, and that was when I was at my nerdiest.
Really?
I used to get into school at 8 and do coursework in the morning.
Jesus
in
Christ.
a IT lab before school started.
No,
and do you know what?
Dedication to IT.
Halfway through year 11, I'd finished half of my courses, just done. Because
but I remember in business studies in year 11, I did all the work in the first week, and that was it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did that.
And then you held me back for the rest of it.
Finished in February.
Oh yeah.
I finished my 2 years.
And I spent the rest of the year slowing Matt down by just yelling at him all the time.
I didn't do anything.
I got a B or just a merit in business because I didn't bother trying in year 11, and I went to a year 12 and year 13 and finished by February of the first year.
And you got like a distinction.
Distinction star, yeah.
Yeah, it's like once you start trying, that's it. It's this past year, first year of university, at the time I felt like I was doing so much work, but I look back now, I was doing like 3 hours of work a week.
Yeah,
I was doing nothing. But like by the time I got to my exams, I was like fucked, and I was like shit. I was revising 10 hours a day. Like it became usual for me to revise. Like I was revising like 11 p.m. until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, I was the opposite.
Wow.
When I first started uni, I did all of my work. You know, we had a couple of courses which were like weekly coursework, so you had to do this by next lecture, and that was like 5% of your course. rather than one big one. And I was getting all of that done, like 100% and stuff. And in my exams at the end of the year, well, I got a first in the main one, but one of mine I got like 48% in because I just didn't try.
Yeah. By the end of year 13, I was just like completely apathetic. I just didn't give a single shit. I was like, I could fail, and I don't think I'd even care.
Yeah,
Because it's just
what
a
I got,
grind.
like,
It's a
last year.
grind. Like the first 13 years of education, you don't do anything. You just have to learn facts and recite them.
Yeah.
And it's just shit, really, isn't it? It's not a good system at all.
Do
I
you know
haven't
what?
used
I would
much
love
of
to
my
go back
IT
and do it
stuff.
again, though.
Secondary school?
Yeah.
I think so. There are a lot of shit times, but there are a lot of good times in secondary school.
A lot of good memories.
I would just like to do
Yeah.
well, actually do my homework, actually revise for exams. The
Make
first
the most
exam I
of it.
revised for was my first year university programming exam, and I revised 2 days before that exam started. I got 78% in that exam. So you think if I had revised the whole, like, properly, just not
Where could you
for
be
that,
now?
but
Yeah.
for everything.
But I think it's
Exactly.
just like...
Damn it.
I didn't
God
get
damn it,
into the
Matt.
university that I wanted to get into because I did BTECs, because at school I was like, well, BTECs are all coursework, I don't have to do exams. Well, hey.
Yeah.
And I got distinction stars in the BTECs that I needed to get distinction stars in, which was all of the ones I did, IT and business. But the university that I wanted to go to were like, well, you did BTECs. We don't accept that.
They don't tell you that kind of stuff, though, do they?
No, our
they don't tell
schools were
you.
like, this BTEC is equivalent to 2 A levels, and then you need to go,
Bullshit.
it's not equivalent to shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, our school was good. Let's be honest.
Our
Compared to
school
the
was really good.
the schools that are around in our
Do
area,
you think our head teacher got knighted?
because of what he did for the school.
Yeah.
Because it used to be utterly shit. Whereas you look at, like, Warren, the school, like, dropping some serious shit on Warren here, like shots fired. But they're in severe trouble now, aren't they? Like, it was like a rumor
Allegedly.
every year that they were closing Warren down. And I think
Well,
it really
I don't
was
think they
that
can
bad.
afford to now because there are too many people.
No,
You
it's
know
like they're making it
Goresbrook
like an
swimming
academy,
pool?
aren't they? Yeah.
Goresbrook Swimming Pool is now a school.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Is it Goresbrook Swimming School?
I hope so. But I'm not sure if it opens this year or next year, but it's actually a school because they've run out of buildings to
Land.
have as schools because there's so many
Yeah.
places.
So
So
I mean, like they built a new huge leisure centre as well, haven't they? But it's just like
Yeah.
the population growth is massive, isn't it?
I think it's just it's probably always been bad, but I don't know.
They're definitely running out of space in the schools they currently have, I think.
Yeah, but they've always been running out of space. You think of all the people that don't actually turn up.
But yeah, going back to what you said about like choosing BTECs, it's all about like hindsight, isn't it? Really, like you know now that
Yeah,
if you
if
tried,
I would have got, I would have tried to get straight A stars
Could've
and
got
done
straight A stars.
actual subjects. I would have probably still done IT because I really enjoyed that. But,
Yeah.
I would have done.
actual.
I would have actually, studied when we did us three did in 2012, we did. What did we do? Chemistry
Yeah, we did do chemistry.
with some other guy.
Oh yeah.
He failed completely. I got an E, and I was happy with an E. Now I fucking hate the fact that I got an E.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's just like hindsight, isn't it? Like at the time, you were just like whatever,
Yeah.
And but now it's completely different. You look back and you think there's so many things you would have done differently. And like that's the one thing. If I ever have kids, I'm gonna tell them when you're like 11, you think you know what you're doing. No, you don't. You have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 stages of maturity that I've always said there's 3 stages of maturity. The first one is where you think you know what you're doing. The second one is when you realise that you actually in the past had no idea what you were doing. And the third one is where you realise that even now you have no idea what you're doing and you should look for help all the time.
Yeah. I take
Like,
help
once you-
wherever I can, especially like when people say I don't want help. What's the point in not taking it?
Yeah, because if someone's
You're not getting
offering-
anything out if you don't take it. If you do
Exactly.
take it, then
Yeah.
You're not going to
it's
look weak
free
or
help.
anything. They're offering it, right?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have anything to lose. You've only got something to gain.
I am going back to our secondary school for their year 6 open evening,
Uh-huh.
and I am going to talk to our teacher and depending on my timetable, really, if I got an afternoon off, I would like to go back and do a after school club with the some of the kids. If I'm not sure if that's even allowed.
Is that with what's her name? Miss Philbin.
She's not there anymore. She works for Raspberry Pi.
Oh
That's
yeah,
for
because I follow her on Twitter
Hilton.
and she's very
But-
influential in the world of pie.
She works for them.
Yeah,
She wrote a book and everything.
she did write a book. Yeah.
But Hilton.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm gonna ask
He's
him.
coming back.
He's the head of IT now.
Return of the Prodigal Son.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was.
But
great.
I'm gonna ask him if he wants if he wants to do an after school club. If I have time, obviously.
Yeah.
University, maybe not.
I mean,
But-
our school had a lot of great teachers. To be fair,
Yeah,
like, we
he
had a
did.
few pretty bad ones, but we.
To be
they
fair,
were
I enjoyed the bad ones as well. Like
yeah,
a lot of people said that Mr. F, our chemistry teacher,
yeah.
was a bad teacher because
He's
he wasn't
great,
like
really.
he wasn't
He's
like
retired
Mr.
now,
W,
you know.
who was our other teacher.
I didn't know that.
He was retired this year because my dad works at school now. My
Yeah,
dad started teaching physics, which
your
is what I'm
dad taught
studying.
my brother IT, not
Sam,
IT,
Who? Sam.
chemistry. No, my stepbrother Ben.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah,
That is quite strange. Yeah, like my sister started in year 7 at the school I went to. My dad started teaching me the first year I was at university, so last year, and it's weird, like, because my brother went to the school that my dad used to teach at, which is miles away, so he's got to like wake up at 7:30 every day to get to school. And now my sister's working at my dad's school, and like, it's not a good idea. I would have said to my sister, don't go to that school, because even though it's a really good school, like my brother got so much shit.
because his dad was a
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, and like if his dad heard like kids like talked in school or whatever, like even something slight, he was like, that's it. At home, even at home, he was like getting shit for it. So it's just like, I mean, I think a lot of teachers would go like especially strict on their own kids to prove that they're not like
Weak.
biased. Yeah, or biased towards their own kid.
Breaking news, guys!
Oh,
I
yeah.
got 4 on this game.
Bloody slappy
Holy
chopsters.
crap.
I'm gonna take a screenshot now, and it'll be on.
It'll be on the video, and then just now,
if I remember.
just now there'll be a picture of your face looking really happy.
I can do that.
Nice. That's what I like to
But
see.
if I learn how to take a fucking screenshot.
It's
How
a
do you take a
print-
screenshot on
print
one of these
screen.
phones?
Volume down button. Is that
Well,
a
just
cat at the
just
door?
hold.
The volume
volume
down
down.
button and the power key. That's what is on my phone.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay,
both.
1 sec.
The volume down and power key on my phone is a soft reset.
There we go.
Bit
Sorted.
different, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you guys know probably because you're like huge computer nerds that
How
like
dare
your
you?
mobile phone now has more computing power than the whole of NASA when they put a man on the moon.
Scary, isn't it? We can
And
put
what?
man. Should we go to the moon?
Yeah, let's do it. And what Luke's fucking playing bloody clappy flopters on his
Yeah.
phone. Why aren't you putting a man on the moon, Luke? What are you doing?
Because
What
I
are you
don't
doing?
have the
What are
money
you doing with your life?
to. What am I doing with my life? I am making video games. That is my life. I literally
recording
make video
video
games,
games.
put them on the internet, put some ads up, and just make money off of it. That is my life.
Fair enough.
Links in the descriptions. I don't actually have any games out, so I'm not going to put any links in the description.
Oh, yeah, when you have a game out, we'll play it on this channel.
Yeah,
We'll critique it.
I will make, for my 3rd year project, I will make a multiplayer game. Even if it's just multiplayer as in like all in one room. And we'll play it.
I'm looking forward to it then. It'll be like
Nice.
it'll be like remember that it was like a crossover between Mario and Portal, and it was called Portal, but the O was like a.
Oh shit, yeah, I do remember that.
I don't
Well,
remember.
no, it's called Mario, and the O was like the Portal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
That was like
That was a
multiplayer
good game.
That was quite good. It was pretty hectic, to be fair.
Yeah.
Those two games were probably never meant to cross, but
Do you
It is
know,
like-
talking about Mario, I was going to come on to this earlier. We've actually stumbled upon it. If you Google Mario
yeah.
and look at like the old classic ones, look at the clouds and look at the
The bushes.
Yeah, and they're exactly the same
They're the
thing,
same,
just
but
a
just
different colour.
green and Why?
I
Yeah.
would show you guys this on the YouTube video, but I think we'll get in trouble for. I don't know if we'll get in trouble. Well, we'll get in trouble because I'm not going to be using my own image. I'll be using
Hmm.
someone's off the internet, so we will get in trouble. But you can just Google it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I mean, I'm looking
it's
at
pretty
it right
common.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is strange, really, isn't it? It's like that. Things like that. I didn't even notice that for like 18, 19
I
years of my
watched a
life.
video on games design and found that out
Hmm.
because
But
I have a book on that.
these days, if you did that, you'd never get away with it, would you? If you used two different
I'll tell you what,
textures.
I'm going to try and get away with doing shit like that in my next coursework. Last night I had an epiphany, right? And I wrote down a bunch of shit on this piece of paper that you can hear right now
I can
for my
hear
next
it.
game,
Yeah.
and it's called Space Training.
Have you got a taller green version of the original character? Because that's Luigi. You've done Luigi.
Yeah. It's my new game that I'm going to make this year, hopefully, if it all works out. It's called
Yeah.
Space Training,
Space training.
and the tagline is, "In space, nobody can see you dream." All right.
What?
It's gonna be
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
it's gonna be a game in which you're on a space ship, and you go into like a holodeck, which takes you to different worlds, so you can train. So you can train as a space man, whatever, space hero, and you go through different worlds,
Space
and you get like
hero.
a jetpack. And when you get a jetpack, you can rotate 360. But when you rotate, the whole camera rotates, so the world could be upside down and stuff. Or one, you'll get a proton grenade or gas mask. Different levels with different things. And at the end of it, you're gonna be this pimp-tastic spaceman.
Pimp.
Or woman, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make it a woman actually,
No, that's
And,
good. That's equality in gaming.
just because women are easier to draw in 2D games.
They-
Because I use pixel art, so yeah.
No, because that's not true. Because like you say that, but like in Ubisoft, they released Assassin's Creed Unity, right? And as per usual, the Assassin's Creed main guy is like a white big guy with like some stubble.
Yeah.
People were talking about it, and they said it's too hard to animate a female character.
Yeah, that's just bullshit.
That's a shit excuse, isn't it? I mean, if they'd said, like, oh yeah, I suppose we just didn't think of that. Like, we just didn't think of that. Yeah, fair enough. But that's just such a ridiculous excuse, isn't it? It's insane to be like, no, female characters are just too hard to animate. Yeah, no, yeah.
It's just
So
laziness.
yeah,
They
and
just don't want to animate.
at the end of this game, after you've beaten the final boss, which is whatever, and the credits roll, the credits are gonna roll, and as the credits roll, it's gonna zoom out, and there's gonna be a dream bubble.
Spoilers.
It's fine, I haven't made it yet, so it's
Okay.
not actually spoilers.
Someone else might make it for you if you give away too much.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine.
give away
I'm not
company
giving
secrets.
away the mechanics or anything. This is just so that it tags in with no one can hear you dream. There's going to be a dream bubble, and it's going to zoom out, and it's going to be a kid dreaming about the whole thing.
Oh,
Fuck
don't
yeah.
do that. Don't
Why
do the
not?
classic. It was all a dream ending.
Yeah. No,
That's
all
lazy.
Lost.
That's
Spoilers.
lazy. I'll write a better. I'll write a better
Okay,
ending. for you.
all right. You can write my own thing. I have to make sure that the combat work, like the actual mechanics work before I actually pretty it up and add cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, I'll write you a storyline. I'll do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You do the game. I'll just write some words.
It's fine.
Nice,
Matt, you can do some audio, and then I'll put you in the credits. Just one
Matt,
per
Matt should
ding.
do the sound effect for the character. He should like, ugh.
As long as you don't use the
It'll
Wilhelm
be,
scream.
"Ugh," but it's a woman. It's a
No,
woman
okay,
character.
no,
but Matt's just going,
sorry.
"Ugh."
No, because it'll be if it's a woman in a video game taking pain, like taking
Taking
damage,
pain.
she'll be like, oh,
That's so sexist.
Yeah, no, but it's true, isn't it? In video games, a woman taking damage is like, ooh, but a guy taking damage is like, ah.
I was watching a podcast earlier today, and they
Yeah.
were talking about women in gaming, and the fact that if a woman dies in a video game, they always look like a They always die faced up, so you can still see their boobs in
Yeah, that's
sexy
true.
poses.
It's fucked up, isn't it? Really?
It is proper fucked up.
Yeah, it's like there's so much sexism in the video game industry, and it's like how in every game, every woman's armor is just like tits, and Vaj.
Yeah,
And that's it.
and high
nothing
heel
else.
shoes that where the heels are guns.
Yeah,
Bayonetta reference there, guys.
that was a nice Bayonetta reference. But yeah, I mean, like, it is just messed up. Like, as well as that, it's like, did you see lately? I read this. The majority of gamers now are, I think, 18 to 25-year-old women. Like in any.
Right. There are more gamers now that are women than there are teen boys, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. Mobile games,
Yeah, it's like casual games.
because they're not sexist at all.
Yeah.
Are they?
But it's like, no, it's ridiculous, right? Did you see that thing as well lately? I was laughing at this. I don't know when it came out. It was like, there was a lady, I forgot what game she's developing on, like, she was developing a game, basically. And some guy, she was like wearing a shirt because she was working on the development team with a game on it. And some guy came up to her.
Thought she was a booth babe.
No, she was just like getting coffee or something. And some guy comes up to her and he's like, I bet you don't even play that game. Like, I bet you're just doing it to impress like geek guys or whatever, which is a stupid thing. Why would anyone want to do that, right? And she just told him how it ended. She showed him how it ended, and she showed him like her card, and he was like, I don't know, really cried a lot and walked away.
What game was that? Sorry.
I don't know what the game was, but it was like.
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't know what the game was, because that's a spoiler free then. If you don't know what the game
free.
is.
Yeah. You'll never know who worked on it. You can play that game and never know, and then maybe that'll be the story I was talking about.
Yeah.
But,
one day when that game is bigger than like StarCraft and World of Warcraft.
Yeah. When it's the new like e-sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we've been going for like an hour now. I think
believe
that'll probably
so.
do.
Over an hour.
Yeah, an hour and a quarter maybe. So that'll probably do for the first ever
Hour and a half.
Noobz Do a podcast.
If you have any questions that you would like us to answer,
feel free to
Feel
email them
free
to Barack Obama at thewhitehouse.com.
or leave them in the description of this video, in the comment section of this video.
Oh yeah, that's a good one as well.
And I'm sure we'll get round to answering them at some point.
Yeah, it's not like
And
a
if
Twitter
not, we
message,
apologise in advance. Or on Twitter. Do we have a Twitter, Matt?
We do, yeah.
News to me.
You'll be surprised. I told you. I thought.
Matt's been busy.
I just don't
Yeah.
listen to you, Matt. That's all.
I know you don't. We've got
Which is
at
why he hasn't been
Noobz Do.
speaking this.
Yeah, it's at Noobz Do with a Z. So
Oh,
It's
is
like
it?
our
I'm
channel.
going to follow us right now.
also
Live.
gonna
You'll
follow
know when
us.
this podcast was made.
Yeah.
If you search for when I followed.
if
You don't even know
anybody,
who I am, though. You probably do, because I'm Stealthy Badger on everything. There you go, internet. Find me.
Secrets have been released.
follow us at Noobz Do and follow me at Yes We Chatting on Twitter. Yes, got a friend of mine.
Yeah,
I
I'm going to
don't
cut
care
that
about
out.
Twitter.
I'm going to bleep that out.
Don't bleep me out.
And then
Follow
I'll
me
edit
Just
on
it.
replace it
Twitter.
with Barack Obama, like Barack Obama's thingy account, Twitter
Barack
Follow
Obama
me
helps.
at Kim Kardashian on Twitter.
account.
And on that note, Kim Kardashian, it's goodbye from Max.
Bye from
And
me,
goodbye
Matt.
from Kim Kardashian.
Goodbye from Kim Kardashian. Also, my good friends, Luke and Matt. Good night.
We
Love
never
you a
actually
lot.
introduced which one of us is which.
Should
True,
we, should
you
we
never
do
know.
that now at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Secrets
Max.
revealed. I am
I'm
Matt.
Luke.
God damn it.
You couldn't have
There
fucked
you
up
go,
anymore.
internet. Try unjumbling that. Right, other person, introduce yourself.
I'm Max.
That wasn't a racial slant, Matt. Max. What? When I say
It is now.
Yeah. It's
Right.
fine. I'm going to put a picture at the end of our faces when they say who's who.
Oh, okay, so we'll do it. Okay, I'm Max,
I'm Matt.
And I'm Luke.
and that'll
And
be
you-
it.
Have been amazing.
Yeah,
We'll see
that'll
you
be
next
that
time.
on the Noobz Do
Bye.
podcast. Goodbye.
Ta-ta.